Well, I had a couple days off. Got a nice day here today, and so I've cleaned my barrel up, put a light redwood stain on it. That looks pretty good. Let this dry in a couple days, and then I'll clear coat it. I'll start cutting it up for a trunk hinge, but meanwhile I'm going to move on to the rest of the car. More progress on the barrel here. I managed to put a piece of steel plate on the inside and marked it, and then tried with my saw here to cut it. I got a fairly straight edge. It's interfering with my bracket down here on both sides. It looks like I've about 1/8 of an inch gap in there. So I'm gonna trim it up a little more, and then I'll bolt it into the steel right here. Just to drill some holes and run some wood screws in it. And that should be able to pull it down straight. Same thing here on the bottom. That steel will flex a little, and I can screw it down into this bottom wood plate down in here. So now I just need to trim the bottom up a bit and start centering it, and drill my holes for my mounts and mount this thing, and then I'll set it off to the side. I'll be done with that for a while. Alright, I got them notched up. You can see this major abortion I got here. We're trying to cut it. It's not the best job. It's not even a good job. But here on the top where it kind of counts, it's pretty straight. And I'll fill this all up with silicone anyway. But I didn't really have no way of cutting a square across there. That's the best I could do with what I got. It was a trick getting it just that much cut up. Anyway, I notched it, and so it should fit on the frame here. I'll set it on again and see what I got left to do. With the notching done, it looked like it fit on pretty nicely. Got like 1/8 of an inch gap here, but it's also here. It's probably because of this board I got down here propping it up. I'll raise it up a little, see what I got. Propped it up square, and actually don't look too bad at all. Looks like it's touching the middle almost perfectly here. Might just cut just a little more out of that. And this side, same thing. I got it turned a little bit too much, but I think right here in the middle I can trim that just a little more with a saw, and I'll get about as good as I'm going to get with the tech I have to use on it. Well, it looks quite a bit better. Looks like I've got roughly 1/8 of an inch gap. I've got a little right here. Yeah, that's flush, so 1/8 of an inch gap, and once I screw it into this metal bed, it'll pull it back. And here it's pretty flush. Got more of a gap. This will come forward a little bit. Yeah, like that. That's not too bad. Worked out good. I've got the curve of the barrel just below the edge of this panel I welded in. I've got good solid steel here in the bottom that'll reach into the center of the barrel, which is what I wanted. So that should hold it all in there real good and tight, and that won't be too bad of a job putting silicone in here. Probably just use some clear or something, and this will seal up good. I suppose I could set it in Bondo, and that might be a pretty good idea actually. Just you know, I could get wood putty instead of using Bondo. Set it in there with wood putty, let it dry, then sand it off. You'd never even be able to see it. It would look like a perfect cut. That's what I'll do. I'll get a couple little cans of wood putty and just build me a wood piece there. Anyway, it's all cut in and setting where it's supposed to be. So now I'll just tap and drill some holes in it. Next thing I'm going to try to do is figure out how to cut me a door into it. That's what I'll do now. And of course I'd figure out hinges and so forth. But this will take a little doing, but I should be able to get that alright. And then I can figure out my hinges and be on our way. I just stuck 5 screws, one in the middle and 2 on each end into this barrel. And you can see here that the hole that's plenty strong. Just with that, I don't even have anything into the bottom yet. I think 1 or 2 bolts into here, maybe another screw into the bottom there. This will be seriously strong. I don't have to worry about it. I've got a piece of square inch tubing here. I can cut little pieces right in here for braces or something, just to put a bolt in, just to hold the ends of the back up. I think this will just be fine.